Asunayana, Sumayana, Syataya. Hi, everybody. Thanks, Joe and Amanda, for holding this incredible Girl Awakening Summit. And thank you for inviting me. It's really nice to be here with you all. And I have brought with me Kasyutukunayanasya, nature in the background. It's such an important gift for each one of us, these hollowed sacred hills of creation and everything that resides on them, in them, with them. And so you may hear a little background noise as we get into a bit of a transmission today, but I hope that you find this peaceful and relaxing and enjoyable, because the gift that Mother Nature has to offer is like no other. And I like to remind you of that space, that she is the one that heals, that nurtures, that cares for us during times of strife. If we go out and plant our feet in the earth, in the mud, go for a swim, sit in the hills, she'll call out to us and she'll help each one of us. She really is the earthly mother in many ways, shape, and form. So I've brought her a magnetic resonance interview today, and Kasyutukunayanasya, we're just going to drop right into this space that is you. Kasyutukunayana, Sumayanasya. So as we begin, I'll give you a little preface. Kasyutukunayana, Sumayanasya. I speak a light language. It's called primordial sound in my book, from what I understand. And it's a form of light language that has the resonance of the universal halls of creation. So we all formed from this primordial seed. It was the universe as one. And when we were one, we knew no pain. We knew no suffering. We knew no separation. And as we started to create distance from this eternal self, we became, distracted with all these outside influences and thoughts and becomings, because it was an incredible experience to differentiate from the one, Kasyutukunayanasya, the creator, the source of all that is. And we've had an incredible ride. We've experienced life, joy, suffering, pain, egotistical nature, burdens of being in a 3D reality. We've experienced intergalactic warfare. We've experienced angels and demons, heaven and hell. We've experienced this entire gateway of dimensional time, fractalized into individual little bits that we're reconstructing and putting back together. And now we have the option, like we always have had, but it still remains clear, that you can return to this source, this present moment, if you like. And it's available to you at any time. So as we're stepping into 2024, and there's this incredible abundance and wealth of information about how the New Age supports us in our manifestations and our creations, because the law of attraction is in resonance with all that is, and we are this part of the eternal, which is God. Let's not forget the real truth. You are the source of the universe. You are the first original creator. You are the one, as am I, and every brother and sister out there is of the same light. This is not of heaven and hell, of dark or light, of ethereal versus concrete. This just stands. And it is a resonance and a beat of the heart that will always hold true. When you know the nature of you, when you know you are the one, Kunayana Syatayana Syataya, the living, breathing source, incarnate, then you begin to take a different view on life. You begin to see everything for what it is, everyone for who they are. And they are just magical grace. Sutukunayana Sumaya. And when you take this perspective and this bird's eye view of the situation that's playing out on Earth, because so many of us get lost in the dialogue here, whether that's in families or communities, homes in the street, or looking at the national or international political scene, we tend to have a warped view, which is that something is wrong. Nothing can be further from the truth. And it is your ability to create change that will allow you to shape the future that you want to see. That is all the work that I do, to remind you of who you are as the infinite playing field. You are playing in the infinite halls of creation, where every plane of existence is made known to you. And you are the halls of creation. Nothing's outside of you. And so as we come home to the memories of the One, the infinite intelligence, the infinite source of all that is, we remember that we can shape the world. We can first and foremost shape our lives, how we want to make them, because that is important. Your health, your safety, your abundance, your prosperity, your ability to experience joy this lifetime, it matters. It matters greatly. You're not here to experience suffering and pain, as we've been told through stories of karmic loops. You can. It's an option. We can do the healing. We can continue to journey down that road. Or we can come out of it. And we can understand who we are as the infinite abundance of all that is. And so as we journey, we start to pull back the shades, and they start to get thinner. The veil starts to separate. And you start to discern who's who and what's what. And it may not be what you thought. And that's okay. Hang on for the ride. Because it's about to get crazy. This playing field that we call Earth is about to tip upside down in more ways than one. And it's actually the greatest gift that we could be given at this time. Because we need to get back on track. We have come so far away from the source of all that is that we forgot our eternal nature. And violence and war and chaos beyond what could have possibly been imagined is rife in our society right now. And that's not okay. Because we have violated the number one principle that we're to take hold of in this lifetime. Do no harm to another. And if you do, you always have space to rectify. So 2024 is a challenge year. It's from me to you, and to the God within, to the God without. How can you affect so much change in your internal atmosphere that the playing field around you changes? And I mean really changes. How can you become to understand who you are as that one source creator, as the infinite intelligence of all that is, and recognize that you have option in every single moment in time to create something different? That is the game that's afoot. And for 2024, let's say this. Let's say it's time to make peace on earth. It's time to make peace in the self. It's time to make peace in the home, on the streets, in our communities, with our loved ones, with those we may not love. How do we find peace amongst the suffering? Because the suffering, kasyatayana sumayanasya, as painful as it is your opportunity to grow. And if we can shift and look at it from this perspective, that it is a gift given to each one of us, then we can free ourselves from the trap of thinking that something is wrong and that something is right. We get to leave the dualistic universe and come back into line with the one. Tayana sutayana sumayanasya. And that's where we'll find peace, even amidst a storm. Because we'll know that this is all right. God has it under control. You're the source of all that is. You're the infinite intelligence. You know what you're doing. Do not think that you don't, even for a moment's time. You know what this is. You know this is a game. A street, so to speak, where you came out of the shadows and you were allowed to dance. And you could go to any vendor, any hotel, any bar, any meditation retreat, any vacation, any holiday. You could take any avenue from that orientation point. You could go wherever you wanted to go. And you could explore. You could travel. You could be all that you came to be. You could be anything. And you could be nothing. You got to choose. And you got to choose who you traveled with. And if it wasn't in alignment anymore, you could take a step back, take a seat, and have a break. Kasyutukunayana sumayanasya. So many of us are ready for a break. And if you haven't yet taken it, let me encourage you to do so. It's necessary to have a time out, whether that be for a year, a month, a day, or even a breath, so that you can reset your energetic nervous system and come back into alignment with the joy of who you are. Syutukunayana, Syumayana, Syataya, Syutasyataya. Because the infinite nature of you, the truth of you, is that you're both pleasure and pain. And that's what you came for. But now that you know the end game, to return to the source of all that is, through your own internal network, through your own breath, through your own being, and through your heart space, you get to choose how you want to do it. You literally get to choose how you arrive. Are you taking a cargo plane, a ship, first class, luxury, cruise liner, or are you walking? Or are you getting dragged in chains? You get to do it however speaks and calls to you. But you need to know you have freedom of choice in how you get there. You always have, and you always will. Your choice is your wild card, and you can play it at any time. Sitakunayana, Sumayana, Syataya. What wild card do you need to put on the table now? Syatayana, Syataya. What's ready to come crumbling down so a new future can be built? The universe wants you to know that change is okay. Change is a blessing. Change is a gift. And you get to orchestrate it with your free will. Do not ever think anyone else is in charge. Anyone is in control. Because that's not the case. You may have handed your power over. You may have given your choice away, but you can reclaim it at any time. Sianayana, Sunayana, Siataya. It is your gift to reclaim your free will choice at any moment that resonates with you. Sutta Kunayana, Sutta Sutayana, Sumayana, Siatayana, Sutta Siataya. So now that that's been said, what will you choose this year? What will you choose this month? What will you choose this moment? For the moment is where the gift lies. Kasyataya. The moment is nowhere but here. Right here, right now. What will you choose in this gift? This is a question to ask yourself in the coming year, in the coming days, in the coming months. Because as we see an unraveling in society, and the structures begin to change, you also get to change. You get to start fresh and start anew. And yes, the path may be hard. It may feel extreme or difficult at some times. It's a path that will have an end. And an end, Sutta Kunayana Sumasya, is a new beginning. Remember that page. It's a new beginning that you're seeking. Asya, Dayana Kumayanasya. And that's for all of us. We're ready to create peace here. We're ready to bring love, compassion, and joy back into full frame. So, what are you here to bring? What are you here to gift? What are you here to give? Siatayana, Sumayana, Siataya. Don't let silence be a thing anymore. Speak your truth and speak your mind. Allow others to hear you. Allow yourself to stand up and stake your claim to a universe that you truly want to belong to. Not one where we have to go over the rakes of heaven and hell, time and time again. It's an option, but is that what you actually want? Kasita Kunayanasya. Everyone has the gift to speak their truth of mind and of heart and of sovereign being. Sutta Kunayana Sumayana Syataya. Sumaya. So if this message resonates with you, I'd invite you to one of my podcasts. I've started two at the end of 2023, and I'm looking forward to launching them, building up to daily in 2024, because the message does want to come through quite potently and quite strongly that you are the one, Kayana Sutayana Syataya, you are the change that the world wishes to see. And that podcast is Reigniting the Soul Spark. That is on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And I also have one that has been created for spiritually gifted youth, teens, tweens, and the inner child of the adult. I've had feedback that they are loving it. And it's called The Dragon Diaries. And it was inspired essentially because a boy came to see me with his mother for a session. And what occurred was just profound. His group of dragons showed up, and they wanted to assist him in creating change on the earth. And they wanted to assist many people who were based in their heart and their heart alone to create this magical time of peace and help them on their journeys. So the Dragon Diaries is also available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. I'll have limited sessions and mentorships available in 2024, and I also believe I am starting a membership portal. I haven't quite landed on it as a definite, but it is a possibility, so please do check out my website. I'll also have light language activations and courses available throughout the course of 2024 if you'd like to engage some more. ZharaJMahlstedt.com. I believe the girls will put it in the show notes. But I just wish you the most incredible and magical and mystical and adventurous and exceptional, love-filled life that you could possibly imagine. And I also wish to gift you the understanding and the knowledge that pain and suffering is part of the eternal gift. So take it on board, that it is here for you. It is here to help you create change. It is here for your elevation. It is here to light the spark within, to create peace and prosperity in your own world, in every shape and form. Kasyatayana Sumayana Syataya. May you have a wonderful 2024. Kasyatayana Sumayana Syataya. And may your life be blessed.